position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the BYU Cougars, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Trojans will put toe to leather to crank us up. And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Leaves it with the back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to throw, it's Hendricks. Quick completion on the out route. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll try the right side. Gets it past the marker. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
And the Cougars getting set on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Thomas.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Thomas. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. To the air, it's Hendricks. It's complete. He is stopped at the 47-yard line, and that's not nearly enough to move the chains.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Zings it complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Doesn't SC always seem to have a quarterback right out of central casting and one that'll pick up a first down for you with his arm?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the year. It just doesn't matter the number. It continues to churn out. They find those guys. Just such an easy place to recruit. When you got that kind of pedigree, you always find superstars at the quarterback spot.
They'll try the run.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Sampson. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, USC.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his target down the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue!
He'll run for it. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Hey, man, 4th and 1 at any part of the field is risky to go for, especially when you're in your own end of the field. What they did, it was a good play call. I like them being aggressive, especially after getting that first down.
And the Trojans are on the move. Pulls it in. It's Toppin. Looking for room at the 30. He goes out of bounds across the 25. Mark it at the 24. And this defense, its head is spinning.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Gives it to the back on the draw. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
The Trojans started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They're going to go right back to him on first down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. On the run, it's Gilliam. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
22 water. 22 water.
They'll use the jet sweep to try to convert here. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You want to stop the jet sweep and be successful, get some penetration right now towards those edges, right where they're running the football. Defense was ready, got him on the ground, and stopped that play before it ever got started.
He splits the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
One in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
To the ground, he's got it again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Hendricks. He's got him. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to make plays like that on slant throws, you got to be able to make catches in traffic. Good, strong hands by the wideout there on the slant.
BYU with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Thomas. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He's looking to throw. And he's feeling the heat, and he will go down. Final play of the first quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play.
BYU 0.
First play of the period will be a 2nd down. action. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Snags it on the right. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, first and goal. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense, going right down the field in 6 plays, and now set up for first and goal.
They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, BYU! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. To the ground with the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Sampson. With the catch, it's Toppin. Across the 35, out of bounds, and the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They've got it at the 36, it's a 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Out of the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. On target to the left. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
They just find ways to find the big things. Those big tight ends are huge targets for the quarterbacks. The throws are usually in between the numbers. It makes it pretty easy. Usually sure-handed guys like that that just come across the field, make plays for you.
And the Trojans are on the move. Back to the ground game on the left. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Sampson. Fires to the wideout. Got a man, it's Toppin. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm, I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. The give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Tight end now in motion. Trying play action. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Oh, he's got a chance. He gets it all the way down to the 13-yard line, still short of 1st down yardage. And now on 4th down, do they kick the chip shot field goal or go for it? Looking downfield, it's Sampson. And that ball's incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Out of the gun, the inside give. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He breaks a tackle. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Going for the big play. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the draw. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Power football with the run. He's out past the 35. Bounced off his feet.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Fires to the tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense yards on third down. Back to throw, it's Hendricks. Got a man in the middle. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Looking for room, it's Thomas. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Cougars can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got it in the middle, it's Wicks. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the 1st down. Got to use their time wisely.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Get it out on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll immediately call timeout. Big part of the offensive game plan is yards after the catch, but none available there.
I like the idea on offense of trying to spit the ball outside quickly and see if your guy can make something happen in space, but give the defense credit. They rallied to the ball, got him on the ground.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Good timing on the quick out. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Another 1st down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
BYU lines up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now on 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Hendricks. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Cougars. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole 1st half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead.
BYU 14, USC 3.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He fires one deep over the middle. Pulls it in down the middle. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got the back in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, USC.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Sampson. caught near the sticks. It's Toppin. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Wants to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. BYU about to kick it off to open the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. To throw, it's Sampson. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. Huge play there into plus territory. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
He wants to throw it again. Swings it out to the flat. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Returns it down to the 47-yard line, and this defense thrives on taking the football away.
That's a bit of a gut punch if you're the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking downfield, it's Hendricks. And his throw is incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the middle mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. That type of big play can even make Traveler perk up and take notice.
And, man, when I think about USC and just their pass, I just think about explosive playmakers, making explosive plays down the field, finding those big wide receivers, making big plays.
Makes the catch.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to throw. It's Sampson. Flips it out in the flat. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Trojans used to be known for student body right, and they can still do that. With quarterbacks like this, you want to put it up.
Yeah, I think they hung that up years ago when they started to find, you know, big, strong quarterbacks that can throw the ball all over.
Turning it on. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal. A great catch and run for 6. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Try to barge their way in. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're within a field goal.
And that's a sneaky big 2-point conversion right there by this offense. Like, cutting the lead now. They're only down by 3. I think this is big because you put some game pressure now on the other side of the football. This offense now knows they have to come out here, score some points, or this could get interesting.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. They'll try the left side. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on him.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Hendricks. Going for it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
This offense just hasn't found its rhythm in the second half. First half, they kind of got a little something cooking, put some points up. Here in the second half, after halftime, they got the punt, they give up a sack. They've got to get something positive to build some momentum for their squad.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground.